Teachers of Reddit, what was the juiciest gossip you've heard from students while in the classroom? A couple of weeks ago one of my second graders was crying, so some of the other kids in the class went over and asked what was wrong. Turns out her parents were getting a divorce because her dad was messing around with 4 other women and one of them is having another baby. Those were her exact words. I don't even want to know what else that poor kid had to overhear. Sounds like she may need a hug. I teach kindergarten. One student a few years back was acting off, super hyper and behaving in ways she never had. When asked if she had taken her peanut butter at home, code for her ADHD medicine, as it was administered in a spoonful of peanut butter, she told us that her mom sold all of her peanut butter to some guy in their trailer park named Steve. Damn, that's just sad. Not juicy, just silly. Good kid stayed after class to show me his anime drawings, haha, and started rambling about his family dynamics. He told me that his parents are still very much in love and are often go on dates. Sweet. Then he told me that there's a rule in the house that if the master bedroom door is closed you are to stay far away and never interrupt. Sometimes they'll be in there for hours. Haha. Ha ha ha. By the change in expression on his face I could tell he just figured it out. I posted this before, but it fits better here. I was in the back of the room looking for something in a cabinet. 2 girls were having a conversation, oblivious I was there. Girl 1, so they, like have sex at a party. Girl 2, all the time. It's called swinging. They think I don't know, but I found stuff on my dad's computer. Girl 1, that's so weird. Girl 2, right? I have to go spend next weekend at my grandma's because there's going to be a party at my house. Not a teacher, but I do volunteer for a middle school. Anyway, one of the students, a 6th grader, had sent a video of herself nude to a boy she liked. The boy had brought his phone to school the next day and showed everybody he talked to. He also had sent it to a group chat that had his whole class. The police had to come to the school to investigate. The girl was taken out of school by her parents, and the boy was expelled. My mom is a teacher. She said her students complained how the math teacher passed gas in front of them. The students laughed, which infuriated the teacher, and she told them if nobody would take responsibility for it she would keep the class after school because it was not her that farted. None of the students took responsibility for the loud noisy smell, so the students missed their buses that day. If it's between being the center of attention for something embarrassing in middle school and walking home, I am walking. 300%. Smart move by the kids. Oh boy. A girl's mom had been renting out a storage unit and using it to have sex with her daughter's boyfriend. The girl and her BF were only together because the mom suggested it to the boy, so he could hang around her without any questions about it. When it came out, her parents got divorced and her dad died in a drink driving accident a month later trying to cope with it all. Really messed up. Heard this from a teacher. About 10 years there was apparently an orgy on campus during lunch. It was 4 girls 6 guys. They got caught ficking in the garden shed when the also a student, went to get stuff ready for the next day. Word got around as a rumor at first until people, who had walked by during the deed, heard what was going, confirmed it was true. The 2 seniors, both 18, almost got time in prison and almost registered as sex offenders, as 2 of the girls were 9th graders. Story of a friend who is also a teacher. I don't hold a candle to this one. Students were passing notes in class. This is 8th grade, US. After about a month they become comfortable and it started to interfere with class, so it got to point where he confiscated it. The students panicked. And really panicked. Said they apologize and told him to just throw it away. He said he'll decide later and kept it. He did read it. And a group about 8 students half boys and half girls, would rotate sexual partners for only anal sex because they wanted to keep their virginity. This is their idea. He ended up having a conference with the parents one-on-one, and it was a rough rest of the year. The juiciest gossip was always about fellow staff. One of my students, 11th grade, came to school and told me she'd ran into my boss in the weirdest situation that weekend. Turned out, my student was dating and sleeping with another student. That second student lived with his mother, who had recently separated from the father after the mom was caught cheating. The man she was cheating with was my boss, who was still married. My student had run into him as they were both sneaking out of the same house early on Saturday morning. Turned out to all be true. Two girls in the back of my theater classroom would not stop talking. One of them seemed upset, so I asked them to keep it down. It continued, so I told them more firmly to pay attention. The upset girl promptly freaked out, said, "What the fick do you want me to do? I'm FICKING pregnant." The entire class's mouths dropped and I couldn't think of anything to do but send her to the trauma counselor. Sure enough, yep, one of my sophomores had a baby the April before she became a high school junior. I teach kindergarten and they really do share everything that goes on at home. During our morning meeting, one boy shared that his uncle was arrested over the weekend and would be in jail for a long time. I was curious, so I asked what happened, and he happily told me that his uncle was making lots of fake money. Another time a student ran up to me and was so excited, and the conversation went like this. "Boy, Ms. V. My dad is so awesome. He's so talented." Me, "Oh wow, that's great. What is his talent?" Boy, "Well, he can chug a whole bottle of beer without stopping. Sometimes he drinks all 6 beers at night." Me, "Wow. That's awesome. I'm proud of him."